I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. We have more than 20,000 videos on our channel. Feel free to explore them. Since last 15 years, we have been uploading regularly videos on this channel. Your suggestions and questions are always taken care of, and therefore feel free to write your comments and share your views. In this video, we are going to answer two very important questions. They are on evaluating limits. I have taken these questions from my test paper on limits and continuity, test 1. You can explore this test paper and check if you have the solutions of rest of the questions. So one of the questions is to find the limit when x approaches 1 for 1 over square root x minus 1 over x minus 1. And the second one is to find the limit of cube root of x plus 8 minus 2 over x. Now in both these questions, if you substitute the value, what happens? That is normally the first thing to do. So if I substitute 1, since the limit in the first case is x approaching 1. So if I substitute 1, I get 1 over 1 minus 1 over 1 minus 1. You may write square root. It is 0 over 0, which is an indeterminate. And that simply means that there could be a common factor in the numerator and denominator which you need to work out. So we could follow many strategies here. One of them is rationalization. And the other is factoring. Now let's look into the second question. What happens when I substitute 0? The question was limit x approaches 0, right? So if I substitute 0, I get cube root of 0 plus 8 minus 2 in the numerator and 0 in the denominator. Well, clearly, this is equal to cube root of 8 minus 2 over 0, which is 2 minus 2 over 0 or 0 over 0. Again, it's an indeterminate. Indeterminate means that you cannot find its value. You cannot determine its value. Indeterminate. What can you do now? Well, again, you could do rationalization, but the best way at this stage is change of variable. So we'll understand this technique of change of variable also. Now, let us explore. Question number 1. 1 over square root x minus 1 over x minus 1. Rationalization is a good option. However, I am going to share with you a much better technique. And that is, first we should simplify. And then we will factor. Let us see how we can do it. Let's rewrite the question, which is limit x approaches 1. So 1 over square root x, I am taking square root x as common. So I get here 1 minus square root x in the numerator and the denominator is x minus 1. Is this part clear to you? Right? So I just rearrange the terms. And now I can write this as limit x approaches 1. So that square root x comes in the denominator. I get 1 minus square root x over square root x times x minus 1. Correct? Now we have x minus 1 in the denominator, 1 minus square root x in the numerator. I could also write this as limit x approaches 1, square root of x minus 1 with a negative sign. Makes clear? And the denominator, I could actually write this as square root of x times square root of x plus 1 times square root of x minus 1. Can I factor like this? Very interesting, correct? Now, yes, I can. Can I write this as this? This is my question. Now, let's try to understand this step. You know, a square minus b square is a plus b times a minus b, correct? Now, in this particular question, it is important to see that the value of x has to be greater than or equal to, it cannot be equal to 0, but it has to be greater than 0. That means it is positive, right? Since it is positive, we could write a as square root x, right? So think like this, square root of x square minus 1 should be equal to what? Square root of x plus 1 times square root of x minus. Do you see that? And square root of x square is x minus 1, correct? Make sense? Because x is greater than 0. And therefore, we can write this as shown here. And now, we have simplified it even more by cancelling these two factors. And clearly, we know here that x is not equal to 1, right? Because it gives an indeterminate for that. And now we can rewrite this question as limit x approaches 1. And we have minus 1 in the numerator. And in the denominator, we have square root of x times square root of x plus 1. Make sense? At this stage, you can substitute 1 and check your result. So you get square root of 1 times square root of 1 plus 1. Or we get this limit as equal to minus 1 over 2. Correct? 1 plus 1 is 2. So that is our solution. So this is equal to minus half. Is this absolutely clear to you? Perfect. Feel free to write your suggestions, and in case you have doubts, you can always send me an email on the address given. You can contact us on this website for latest uploads. Make sense, right? Okay. So in this case, we came up with a very simple solution, and the strategy was to simplify and then get the answer. So I will suggest not to follow these methods. Do not directly rationalize. That will lead to problem. If you do that, you are doing what? Let me tell you. Limit x approaches 1, 1 over square root of x minus 1 over x minus 1. You will multiply and divide by square root of x plus 1 over 1 over square root of x plus 1. This is too complicated. Perfect? So, I would like you to avoid this step. Perfect? So therefore, rationalization technique which we learn is far, far better. Perfect? So adopt the method. So good method is simplify and factor, as shown here. So that is the method to be adopted. Is that clear to you? Perfect. Okay. So now it is turn to look into the solution of the second question. The first one, we got our answer as minus half. Let me take the solution of the second one in another video. Thank you.